Restart, revitalize, trade, repeat as may be necessary. Good afternoon, this is Henry Keane at UATV English, happy to give you the hard truth in easy terms for the whole free world as usual, directly from Ukraine. The Black Sea Economic Cooperation Organization deserves a restart and significant revitalization, says Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the summit of the Parliamentary Assembly of this organization.
It is important to create new lines of cooperation. It is important not to remain silent about Russian aggression and to limit the aggressor's ability to put pressure on any of the peoples of our region. It is important to use this platform to bring the restoration of a real and just peace and the reintegration of the entire Black Sea into the global security and economic space closer.
The Black Sea is going nowhere. And so are the peoples of the Black Sea region, who, with the support of partners, are capable of returning stability to the world food market. Western part of the Black Sea these days allows Ukrainian maritime export to exist. The sea corridors are able to operate and are operating. The initiative was seized from Russia. The aggressor was forced to flee the western parts of the area, also to save the warships. See, this is why we need more weapons as soon as possible. This is why hesitation costs lives and billions of dollars. This is why the dictators all over the world are watching. And Ukraine clearly shows it to them and to the world. Russia is no juggernaut. The world should not be afraid of it instinctively. It can be defeated. The PABSEC includes 13 countries. Albania, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Bulgaria, Georgia, Greece, Moldova, North Macedonia, Romania, Russia, Serbia, Turkey and Ukraine. Well, Russia out, but imagine what we could do together. I'm not talking about some utopian ideas of brotherhood or something. No, I'm talking about food, economy, stability. As simple as that. I'm talking about the terrorists out and no blackmail. Nothing personal, just business. Normal business, not Russian type one. It is possible and Ukraine is already working on it, as you can see. Don't believe us. Just watch. The Russian State Duma on Friday adopted in the third and final reading the draft federal budget for 2024, as well as for the planning period 25 and year 26. According to the new Russian law, state budget revenues in 2024 will amount to 35 trillion rubles. In 2025, 33.5 trillion. In 2026, 33.1 trillion rubles. More than 100 trillion rubles spent on war in next 3 years. The budget provides for military spending could be considered a record-breaking in modern Russian history if we won't remind ourselves about those Soviet budgets, for war, of course. As stated in the explanatory note, in 2024, almost 30% of the money will be allocated to the national defense, that is 10.8 trillion rubles. This national defense, or rather said aggression, finances not only the army, but also the military industry as such, as well as the social payments to the military. In 2023, military spending include only 6.4 trillion rubles. That is, we are talking about an increase of more than 1.5 times. In total, military spending will amount to about 6% of GDP, one of the top in the world. Of course, if not medicine, science and economic achievements, then war is the obvious Russian choice. As media notes, it is planned to allocate 21.1% of expenses. It is 7.7 trillion rubles to social policy, whatever that means again. By the second reading, which took place on November 15th, 920 amendments were proposed. 668 of them were adopted. As a result, estimated spending on social programs in Russia has increased only slightly. No reason to spend on people. There are a lot in Russia of that commodity. So in the second reading, money was also somehow found for indexing the salaries of military personnel, employees of internal affairs bodies and the penitentiary system, of course. See, Russian diplomats are quite active when it comes to money. I only wonder how much of all this, trillions of rubles from Russian budget, will end up finally in euros and dollars in Western banks. Units of armed forces of Ukraine managed to knock out the Russians from the positions on the left bank of the Dnipro river and gain a foothold there. Maybe, I stress that maybe, our forces are there already for quite a time, but we can't confirm anything about that. So I will be really careful with words now.
Водночас
Our forces now carry out subversive raid and reconnaissance. Lines of logistical supply, warehouses and personnel of the Russian occupiers, artillery positions, etc. are being scouted. So Ukrainian defenders can then destroy all that with appropriate means of destruction. One of the main goals is to push the enemy as far as possible from the right bank of Dnipro in order to protect the Ukrainian civilian population, in particular Kherson, from constant Russian shelling.
What I can confirm, though, the Russians have problems, obviously, and as a result, heavy losses. They were forced to transfer units from other directions. Russians are trying to knock us out. This is war, desperately. Such yourself, the enemy makes from 6 to 10 such attempts almost every day. Well, what can I say more? I promise you one thing. Next time I see a man or a woman in Ukrainian uniform on the street, I will come closer to them just to say thank you for the heroic, historical, tremendous, dreadfully dangerous deed they are doing, fighting for my human rights, and actually for yours too, no matter if you believe so or not. It was Enriquino on UATV English, helping to give you the hard truth in easy enough terms on a daily wrap-up today. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Do not hesitate. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters a lot to us. Stay safe and tune for more very soon. Goodbye.